Hello friends, I thought I would share with you one of the currently active custom projects in the shop right now, which is the medieval Green Lantern leather armor. And yes, I use the term medieval loosely. It's just quicker than saying medieval high fantasy. In this video I'll be previewing some of the components, and while we did not record the entire crafting process, I did film making one of the decorative pieces so I'd have something extra for the video. I'll get to that in a moment. This concept is part of the fantasy spin-off series where I'll take an iconic hero or villain and reimagine them as something of a high fantasy medieval knight. There have been many predecessors in this theme so far. The first was actually Batman, which was followed by Aquaman, and Loki, then Joker, Darth Vader, Iron Man, Boba Fett, Jor-El, Vegeta, Wonder Woman, and Deadpool. And in a similar vein, we also did a spin-off of Sauron's armor. This suit is still a work in progress, and it may not be obvious which parts go where at this point. Once it is finished, I'll be sure to share it on the Prince Armory social media pages. The components to this set are the cuirass, including the articulated breastplate and backplate. There will also be tassets and back skirting. There are the pauldrons. There are bracers with hand plates. And then the greaves with attached knees and sabatons. As for the overlay that I'm working on in this video, this will go over the chest as the lantern insignia. The design is a variant of the classic emblem. The client also wanted the emblem to be replaceable with the yellow lantern insignia, so I'm making that as well. The cutout will have a diffuser material and be backlit with controllable LEDs. For my custom projects, the patterns generally serve as part of the creative process. I'll often sketch various lines and scribble on the patterns to play with ideas. So if you ever see design lines that don't look right on the patterns, or if they're not transferred onto the leather, that's why. Part of the process is improvised, so I'll decide on the fly what looks best for the project. In this instance, I'm also not trying to transfer all of the inner lines on the pattern, since I'll be able to use a compass to scribe more accurately lines directly onto the leather rather than through the pattern. Once that's done, I'll use my favorite swivel knife to carefully make decorative cuts on the inside. And the reason I'm carving on the outside lines is to make the final cuts easier and cleaner. I'll also be beveling the lines to make sure they stand out a bit more and add a little extra shape to the otherwise flat overlay. When the tooling is done, I'll cut out the center where the light panel and diffuser will go. Then I'll trim the outside, which is saved for the last so the piece will be easier to work with and avoid stretching at previous stages. As a final touch, I added some small tooling details along the outside edge. Then we'll punch the holes and begin the dyeing process. For the alternate overlay panel, the previous steps are repeated. I'll be dyeing these pieces green to match the rest of the armor. Then I'll use an acrylic finish to seal everything. That's all I've got for the moment. I'm not sure I'll have time to do a full video reveal for this project, so be sure to follow our social media pages to see it all put together when it's done. So what do you think? Should I make more videos covering the custom projects in the future? This type of video is made possible by supporters on Patreon, so a huge thanks to them. If you found this video enjoyable, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to catch future content.